Alright, second question. You managed to get every single Sith Lord to owe you a favor. Out of the following, what would you do with them? Lead them on a conquest of Earth, play the most hilarious game of Cards Against Humanity, or bring them all to the... or have them bring you all the tacos. Or sit down with them and just... some hot Twilight babes, some chips, and watch Clerks and Big Lebowski while smoking pot. Bit of column C, bit of column D. Because ruling the world just seems so petty as you get older. Third question. Palpatine and Darth Vader are doing Palpatine and Vader things for some reason. Leave you in control of the Empire. What do you do? Have sex with Twi'leks all day? Yeah, why not? Or whatever. I forget the name of the race that Shakti and Ahsoka are. Probably them. Bang their race all day. That'd probably be the point. So, with those questions, Wolfman. Moving on now to Robert Avram, who asks, if you were a Sith Lord, what would be your preferred lightsaber form that defines you as a Sith? Probably the same Sith style that Sidious used. The lightsaber dueling mixed with the Force, with the power of the Force. So, I can't remember what the name of that form is, but Sidious's form. Alright, second question. If you had to choose a Sith and any Sith to be your master to teach you the ways of the Sith, who would you pick and why? I think I already got asked this question, so sorry, Robert. Second question. If you became a Sith Lord and you had to fight 3 Jedi, who would you want to fight? And if you could corrupt one of them to be your apprentice, which would you choose and why? Interesting question here. I guess if I was a Sith Lord, I have to fight Oppo Rancisis. I think the snake guy, the snake-looking guy with the beard, Shakti, and Ayla Secura, and probably try to tempt Shakti. There you go. So, think of those questions, Robert Avram. Yeah, almost said Andrew Varney, who's the next person. So, thank you for those questions. Moving on now to Andrew Varney, who asked, would the Master from Doctor Who make a good Sith Lord? Probably, yes. You mix that mind and give him the skills of the Force, the skills of a lightsaber, then yeah. Also, if he could learn how to figure out what the hell midi-chlorians are, I'm pretty sure we'd all be fucked beyond belief. Alright, the Sith, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Count Dooku, and Grievous invade Beach City. Could the Crystal Gems, Stephen, Connie, etc. hope to defeat them, or at least repel them from Earth? Probably not, because, it's some really devastating Sith here, so probably not. Probably not. Could you ever see the Sith attempt to control kaiju like King Ghidorah, Space Godzilla, Mechagodzilla in a bid for galactic domination? Oh, they could control them for about 5 seconds before they go completely off the fucking rails and start killing people. So think of those questions, Andrew Varney. Moving on now to Kennedy Samara Cody. So Kennedy's first question is, who was the first Jedi who went to the dark side and became a Sith? It's kind of left in... here's the thing, it's always kind of ever-changing of who was the first fallen Jedi to become a Sith. Because the Sith were an alien race before, the whole Dark Jedi thing went about from the original Sith Empire. So it's really hard to tell who became the first, fallen Jedi Sith Lord. But the most recognizable was Exar Kun, who started a whole galactic war until he was killed by his own apprentice, who was like, oh, we're bad guys, I needed to kill you. Alright, second question. Who is considered the strongest Sith Lord in your opinion? My personal opinion was probably Darth Neothis. This dude could consume planets of their Force energy and add it to himself. He was nothing but energy and was a master of Sith knowledge. That's my personal one I'm backing. Third question. I heard back in the Old Republic era, the Sith weren't actually a race. Is this true? This isn't true. This is true, Kennedy. The Sith were an actual alien race. They hailed from the planet Korriban, and they were planetary conquerors who started this thing called the Great Hyperspace War, and their emperor Naga Sadal attacked Coruscant. However, the dude forgot that his own, second in command tried to kill him, and, this gave the Jedi enough time to form a victory. Then they pushed them all the way back to Korriban, where here was probably what caused the Jedi to eventually fall in Revenge of the Sith. This moment right here that started the long-lasting Jedi-Sith rivalry. What happened was that the Republic decided, hey, we don't want these Sith guys nearly took over the galaxy, we don't want them to come back, so Jedi, you're going to wipe out their planet. And the Jedi, against their better judgment, decided to pretty much slaughter every man, woman, and child of the Sith race, while Naga Sadal was killed in, I think Naga Sadal pretty much lost, and a new Sith Emperor took over. And he and a small group left to, I think the planet's name was Jodan Kar, and there they decided, yeah, we're going to get revenge on the Republic, we're going to get revenge on the Empire, and we're going to kick some ass. So yes, long story short, yes, they were a race of aliens before eventually, they were left behind, and the Sith became just fallen Jedi who just took up that title, and from then on. Alright, so thank you for those questions, Kennedy, Samara, Cody. If you want to know more about the whole rivalry between the Sith and the Jedi, I would suggest, you can probably find this on YouTube. You can try looking for like old video clips from Knights of the Old Republic and look for the Sith Empire. That'll give you a little more explanation. Anyway, it's also narrated by Lance Henriksen. It's really cool. Thinking of those questions, Kennedy. Moving on now to the Omnitron12345, who asks, "What is your opinion of Dark Jedi, and do you think they're as close to somewhat heroic as Sith as we could get?" Close to somewhat heroic Sith as we could get. Yeah, kinda, although I wouldn't call someone like Exar Kun heroic. Maybe Ventress, because, she has a conscience, but not someone like Exar Kun. Anyway. Second question. Do you think the Sith are more or less the ninja to the Jedi samurai? Kinda, yeah, you had these, especially how after the whole events of the Great Hyperspace War, how that kinda all ended. Yeah, you can kinda call them, they work from the shadows, they strike when their enemy's at their weakest, and, they use their skills to the most lethal extent. So yeah, they are kind of like the ninja to the Jedi samurai. So think of those questions, Omnitron. Moving on now to your third question. Do you think the Old Republic should have a sequel with another Sith Lord as the main character for a more current gen system? Aren't they doing another Old Republic game? I think they are. I want to say yes, that, Disney said, yeah, let's do another Old Republic game. I think that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. Could be totally frickin' wrong on that. But, yeah. If they did, I'd like to see maybe another Sith Lord. Someone we've seen from... Maybe do something with Bane. Yeah, let's do something with Bane. Anyway. Thank you for those questions, Omnitron. Moving on now to the Son of the Dragon, who asks, what if a Predator was a Sith Lord? That dude would be collecting more than skulls as trophies. Anyway, second question. What would the Crystal Gems and Steven think if they met any Sith Lord? Like I said before, they'd be screwed. And your final question is, what My Little Pony Equestria Girls could be Sith, Equestria Girls characters could be Sith Lord? I would agree that Sunset Shimmer would probably be, tempted by the dark side. Adagio, Sonata, and Aria would definitely be working for the dark side. Another person who'd be corrupted by her, for her anger or tempted by the dark side would be Rainbow Dash, and Twilight would also be tempted as well. I mean, seriously, I've read fanfiction of Twilight and Sombra having this, Vader-Sidious relationship through storytelling. I've seen that so many times where it's like, yeah, this is Darth Vader and Sidious right here. Anyway. So thank you for those questions, Son of the Dragon. Moving on now to Treva Smolka, who asks, what is your opinion of the planet Korriban, the ancient birthplace of the Sith? Yeah, I like it. I think it's really cool that even though it was called Moraban it was called Moraban in the Clone Wars series. Why fucking change it? Anyway, hopefully they can change it back in Rebels, because I have a feeling they may go there. Just call it a hunch. Also, if you're a Sith, would I train on the planet? Yeah, I would. Get close to all that darkness. Yeah. I'm surprised not many Sith do that, because here's the thing. I've kind of noticed that Sidious kind of was like, yeah, I did all this. Fuck you, Sith. I'm the only real necessary Sith Lord. He kind of forgets that, yeah, a lot of people came before him, so I'm kind of surprised that Sith don't make a pilgrimage to Korriban. Because that's like their roots. Anyway. Second question. What is your opinion of Starkiller, aka Galen Merrick? Yeah, I like him. I really like the games. Force Unleashed 2, not so much, but for the first Force Unleashed game was pretty fun. Second one was just boring because it was repetitive and you didn't really get to do much there. Also, the story was completely convoluted. Anyway, so long story short, yeah. All right, third question: if you were a Sith apprentice and you were taught by Darth Revan or Darth Bane or Darth Malgus, would train you to kill your master and take their place, or would you rather build your own army and take down your masters? Yeah, I'd probably, that's the whole thing about the rule of two. One to hold power and the other to crave it. That is the golden rule of two right there. Anyway, so thank you for those questions, Trevor Smolka. Moving on now to Linerman0245, who asks, how would you react if the Sith created an army of Reaver-like soldiers to replace Stormtrooper legions? That would be really bad. That's all I can say, because they would aim. They would be able to aim. Alright, second question. Out of all the Sith Lords, which one would you think would fit the best within the world of Steven Universe? Probably Neithus. He just seems like he would fit right there. And your third question is, if you had an army of Sith Lords, including Sith Commandos at your disposal, what would your first action be? Ransack every Chipotle for the delicious burritos and tacos, go to the galaxy and colonize every nearby planet, take over the entire state of Florida and make it your kingdom. Once again, ruling the world or ruling an entire state seems to be, the older you get, the less you seem like, yeah, this is not what I wanted. So, we go into Chipotle, people. Chipotle is a shit. I'm not even joking on that. Anyway, Chipotle, yeah, I want Chipotle now, damn it. Anyway. Thank you for those questions, Linerman. Moving on now to NX57. First question. What is your opinion about Kylo Ren's lightsaber? Awesome or stupid? I think it looks pretty cool. It looks a little bit unstable, and I like that because he looks like an unstable Sith. So, I like it. It gives a new design, Also, the broadside hilt thing looks cool because, like, when you activate that lightsaber, you get too close, you can cut somebody's fingers off. Yeah. Second question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even in this expanded universe, there are no Sith using firearms. I think there have been. I just can't remember their names. But But here's the better question: why use firearms when you have command to shoot lightning out of your fingertips or force choke someone? That's a more dirty trick right there. What is the Sith with the best look? Revan. That dude knew how to rock. Well, Vader. Actually, yeah, Vader's like, when you think Sith, you think Vader, so, yeah. With Revan also rocking the whole mysterious look as well. Alright. Alright, think of those questions, NX. Moving on now to Red Genesect, who asks, Peridot allies herself with Darth Maul and Savage Opress to kill the crystal gems. What happens? They turn on her because they would realize really quick, yeah, Peridot, you're not working for us, so stab you in the gem. All right. Second question. Invader Zim somehow managed to get Darth Vader to come